Well, hello there, Amazonians. I've got some Bluetooth headphones to show you. You may be familiar with the Solitude brand. They were a big seller when they first came out, the first model, but they didn't have Bluetooth. So that was the only complaint is we wanted Bluetooth. And I tried to explain in a review that all you had to do was put a receiver on a wire. But anyway, neither here nor there. But this is a new model, the WX1. It's sold on Amazon. It's on Prime. It's sold by Positive Vibes, VIBES Incorporated. That's where you'll find these. These are active noise canceling, and I emphasize the word active. They're not pretend noise canceling, like when you just try to deaden the sound with the earmuffs. These actually have an electronic canceling on them. And the 4.1 Bluetooth, they run for about 30 hours. If you run them full volume, you probably get 24 hours of playtime on them because they have a 600 milliamp battery on here, which is quite unusual for headphones nowadays. Now, you can use these with the wire as well if you want to. There's a plug-in right there for the wire. And over here is the USB charging port. It takes a couple hours to charge them up if they're dead. There's a little LED red light here which will come on when you charge them. When they're fully charged, it'll go off. So that's how easy that is. All the controls are on the left earpiece, which you don't have to wear them on the left, but that's the way it's designed and they're convenient that way. There's an off and on switch, well marked, and some LED lights up here at the top. Like I said, there's for your wire if you want to run them with a wire. And down here are volume controls that also work the tracks. Go to the next song, repeat, or go to the last song. Volume up and down with one quick click. If you hold them down for over a second, it'll go up and down the next tracks. So that's how all that works. Now, these are unique, and I'll explain why. The people that design these and sell them came up with the idea of putting a 40 and a 30 milliamp driver in each earpiece. So they're headphones, but you see these with the little earphones now that have multiple drivers, but you don't see headphones that have more than one big dynamic driver, usually 40 millimeter. These have a 40 and a 30 in each side. So not only do you get all the bass you want, but you also get more mid-range and highs. Now, all of the Bluetooth noise-canceling headphones I've tried in the past usually have a switch where you can go from turning on the noise canceling or turning it off. And when you do that, you get different EQ settings. And quite often, and I don't care what you spend, it doesn't matter how much, they all work pretty much the same way, but not these. When you turn on the noise canceling, they work really well, but they knock down all the bass because that's the way they're tuned. And noise canceling really only affects the lower registers, the hum of an airplane or even an electric fan or your neighbor's lawnmower. That type of pardon me, ambient noise is what the noise canceling works for. But rather than having the different EQ settings and driving people crazy, it used to me going back and forth between turning on the noise canceling and then turning it back off so I could hear the bass and never really being happy with each one. This only works with the noise canceling on. There's no way to turn it off. The sound is gorgeous with these things. With the noise canceling on, there's plenty of bass. It's a great balance in frequencies, bass, mids, highs. It's all right there. And you don't have to keep moving buttons and trying to figure out which you like best or which is the worst. But these sound really good. And the way they work now, you can use them with a wire and not turn anything. Well, you don't have to turn anything on. You can use the volume controls of your old shuffle or music player, whatever you listen to music with, and it'll work fine. But to get the best sound out of these, even if you wire something into it, then turn them on, which then you'll have your noise canceling. And the same power that runs the noise canceling also runs, you got 4 different drivers going on in here, a 40 and a 30 in each one. So the little amp that drives them it improves the sound 100%. So I would suggest if you're going to use these wired like to your cell phone, fine. But still go ahead and turn these on because they're rated at a 30-hour playtime. And that's figuring with this being on. Now, if you just want to use these for regular Bluetooth for your cell phone, no wire, the way it works is you turn the off and on switch, which is well marked with the LED light. Turn it on, and the light will come on green. I'm not sure if it's green on this camera or not, but anyway, it is. So let's stay right there. You can put these on, and they're just noise deadening headphones. There's nothing going on, no music, just silence. Now, if you want Bluetooth, which you probably will, down here between the plus and minus volume and track button is the center button. You push that and hold it down. It's not really hard to find. It's just hard for me to find on this camera. Hold that down, and the light will go blue and green. Now hold that down, and it'll start to pair. It'll start blinking rapidly, switching from blue to green. Now it's hunting for whatever you want to hear on Bluetooth. And I don't have anything on right at the moment, but when you find whatever it is you want, it'll go back to a real slow blue and green. And that's also where you turn it off, the same little button down here. If you want to leave the noise canceling on and it does not have music, the same button you hit down here between the volume control button, the center button, hold that down, and it'll turn it off. See, that's the Bluetooth is now off and it's back to solid green. So now you just have the noise canceling, which is handy if you're working at a job and people are making noise and driving you crazy. You can either listen to music or not, but either way you can use the noise canceling. And to turn the whole shooting match off, you just take that where it says off and on and drop it down. Now it's good to go. Takes a couple hours to charge them up. The sound is incredibly good for this price range. These sell for $119.97. So let's just call it $120. How's that? And let's see. I think I told you, it comes in a very nice case, maybe not. It's a hard case. It's got molded pieces in it at the top and where the phones go. And these phones fold like this, flat. So they drop right in the case. And they don't bang into each other or do any damage because there's the way this case is made, there's little pieces that are designed for that to fit on. So it keeps them from banging into each other. Very nice case. It comes with a zippered accessory compartment that's Velcroed in. You could take it out or move it where you want. Also a little card holder where you can put your name, phone number, in case there's any chance you think of somebody finding these and calling you to give them back. I'm not sure that would happen, but I'll write more in the review part. But let's see, I'm not sure if I told you. It has an airplane adapter, a larger plug if you got an old stereo system, and gold-plated connection, male-to-male wires. So it's pretty well equipped. It comes with, unfortunately, an instruction manual that is wrong. What it says in here is not really the way everything works. It's maybe somebody somewhere has one that does what all this does, but the phone instructions I think are okay. I haven't tried it on a phone yet because I don't use my cell phone for taking calls. I use it as a big music player. But if you buy one and you can't figure out from my video how to work everything, simply email Positive Vibes and they'll send you a PDF document with a more accurate display. And the way I just told you is really the way everything works. And it really is simple if you don't get confused by reading all that. Again, to use these, just take the off and on switch, turn it on, go down here on the same earpiece, the middle button, hold that in, and it'll start pairing to find Bluetooth, and then, turn on your cell phone, whatever, and this will show up on there. Click on it, and you're good to go. Now you got 30 hours of playtime. And the volume controls work right here, just where the off and on button was. Now, if you want to leave the noise canceling on, maybe you want to put a wire or something in the wiring slot, just press down on that same middle button and it'll turn the Bluetooth off. And it'll go back to solid green. And it tells you hello and goodbye, some of the voice prompts you'll hear when these are on your head. And the buttons are very intuitive. They're easy to find. It's all right here on the left in an order that makes sense. The right side is really nothing except to charge it up. And the little LED light over there is to show you when it's charged. So I'll do a written review and add a little more to this and try to go over the instructions again. But I'm running out of time on this video, and if you like me, your attention span is probably getting taxed by now. So I'll put this video, which Amazon makes things kind of blurry sometimes by compressing them. So I'll put this video on YouTube with a link to the YouTube, the video on YouTube on the written part of the review. So if you just click on that, copy it and click on it, it'll go right to YouTube. It'll be a much clearer video. And it'll make it easier for you to see all the little buttons I was describing. But you really enjoy these. The sound is tremendous. All the balances, highs, mediums, low. Playtime is great. The two 40 and 30 millimeter drivers in each one really make them sound good. So, hey, thanks for watching. It's Positive Vibes Incorporated on YouTube. $120 on their own Prime. So check them out. Oh, they have a year's warranty also. So check them out and enjoy your music.